Chapter 4. Interlude, Ghost Story, System, Status Window. While the entrance ceremony proceeded in the courtyard, I was sitting in the classroom with Sun-Ah and Gyeong-won. We spent the time chatting about various topics. Of course, the delinquent girl was in the back, sleeping away. In addition to the atmosphere in high school suggesting that one must make friends quickly, the camaraderie built up by escaping from a teacher to play hooky had helped the three of us get closer and become friends. We spoke of which apartment complexes we lived in, how far away our homes were from the school, what middle school we graduated from, how well we studied, and which cram school we attended, along with other topics along that vein. After spending time talking about several common conversational topics, the entrance ceremony had come to an end. We could hear the students returning to the school. Naturally, we broke apart, acting as if we had just gotten into the classroom. Afterwards, we were told to wait in the classroom for a long time. This allowed me to sort out my thoughts. Many different things had occurred, but they could be separated into three broad categories: ghost stories, the game-like system, and the fact that when I died, I returned to the past. First, ghost stories. It seemed likely that the incident I had just experienced was a ghost story that had been physically realized. The incident followed the plot of the ghost story, and behaving like the characters in the ghost story allowed me to survive. Of course, ghost stories on their own were just pieces of fiction spread around by other people. There could be several different versions of the same story, so while the main points were still the same, some of the minute details could differ. However, what was most important was that the ghost stories were happening in real life. This was the simplest way of explaining the situation. Second, the game-like system. There existed a game-like system window that only I could see. This system could provide me with help and information about what was occurring around me. The first message window warned me of the fact that an unknown being, called the Demon King, would revive in 3 years' time. Also, the message window had emphasized the ghost story in the situation that I had just encountered. Until now, I had just briefly skimmed the contents because I didn't understand what was going on. I needed to properly read through the messages I received from then on. Ghost story points. Was it something similar to experience points? Or, since they were called points, would they be something similar to in-game currency? Understanding. It seemed to be a stat that went up the more I discovered about an individual, or understood their personality. When Sun-Ah herself told us that her actions were slow, the level of understanding increased.